Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sulaiman Surani. For today's tutorial, I'll be creating a glitch VHS camcorder effect, and I'm very excited to create this with you. Now, if you are excited as well, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button because I upload new tutorials every week. Now, let's get into it. I have an image here on Photoshop, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the text. I'm going to insert a timestamp that you usually see on a camcorder. The font I'm going to use here is called VCR OSD Mono. You can download the font in the description box below. I'm going to type in the timestamp. Is usually in this format, as you can see in the camcorder. It's going to be a timestamp of PM. This is probably according to the picture that was taken in the afternoon. I'm going to put 3:49 PM, and usually there's a space in between, so I'm going to put a space there. And the next line would be the date. I'm going to put a random, maybe October 14, 1984. We do not want to give a recent date because this is a camcorder. I'm going to push the timestamp on the bottom left hand corner. I can always Control T on the keyboard to adjust the size. Now, because the timestamp is usually white, so don't worry if you will not be able to read the timestamp because of the color of the background. Don't worry about that because we're going to add an effect to the image, so that will be more visible later. And because this is a VHS camcorder, so it's a video, so I'm going to type in the word play here. Again, I'm just going to put on the top left hand corner. And usually there's a play icon here, right next to the text play. So I can create that. I'm going to zoom in slightly. I can create that easily by creating a new layer. I'm going to make sure that my foreground color is set to white. I'm going to use the pen tool. I'm just going to draw a small triangle. Right, like so. I'm going to rename that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate layer 0. Just Command J on the keyboard to duplicate, and I'm going to call this layer 1. And it's always a good habit to duplicate the image so that we have the original image here below, just in case if I make an error on this image, I can actually just revert back to the original. I'm going to go to filter, noise, add noise. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add noise to the image. As you can see, you can immediately see the changes on the image. I'm going to create that grainy effect. Okay, so depending on your image, I'm not going to go too high on the grain. I'm just probably going to go about 20%, and make sure that my distribution is set at uniform, and check on monochromatic and hit OK. Right, you can immediately see the effect here. Next, I'm going to select the single row marquee tool. I'm using CC 2021. The single row marquee tool can be found in my marquee tool selection. Right click single row marquee tool. If you cannot find in the marquee tool selection, if you're using the previous version, you should be able to find right below here 3 dots. Right click and you should be able to find it in there. Otherwise, it should be in your marquee tool icon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click somewhere at the top of the image, just one click, and I'm going to select 1 pixel of the image, and I'm going to press on Command T to scale up, and I'm going to just click and drag upwards, not too much, just about so. And I'm going to distort this selected area. Press enter. I'm not going to deselect first. I'm going to distort the selected area, so I'm going to go to filter, distort and shear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust about so, and just create like a weird S shape, just about so. Notice that I can actually click on the selection area, and I can actually click and drag, probably about that, and make sure I'm on repeat each pixels and hit OK. Now you can see here immediately the selected area has been distorted. I'm going to repeat this step. So I'm just going to go to filter and click on the first selection here, or the shortcut key up, Command F. I'm going to click that again to double up on the filter. I'm going to deselect, Control D on the keyboard. Now I'm going to repeat the step again. I'm going to still click, I'm going to select on the single row marquee tool. This time I'm going to go slightly below. I'm going to click here once, Command T on the keyboard, and I'm going to drag this up, this time slightly wider. Enter. Filter, shear, first selection as based on my previous filter action. I'm going to do that a few times. This time probably maybe 3 times. Deselect the area. And I'm going to do one more time. Right, about so. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to now select the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to make a selection area just in between the two effects that I've created. This is to even out the two effects that I created, and I'm going to go to filter and the first selection, shear again. I'm just going to do 3 times as I did previously. And don't forget to deselect. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to make sure I select my first top layer. In this case, is the play icon. I'm going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, and look for hue and saturation. Okay. Right, and if I have my properties, hue and saturation properties opened up, and I'm going to bring down the hue to maybe about, I'm just going to go with -9. For my saturation, I can bring down slightly. I can bring down to minus, I'm going to try 32%. Right, so you can see the instant effect here. My hue, I'm going to bring down to -9. Saturation to -32. And I'm going to go back to my layer panel. I'm going to select all my layers except for layer 0. I'm going to right click and duplicate layers, or just Command J on the keyboard, and I'm going to merge all these new layers together. Just Command E on the keyboard. So I'm going to merge, and I'm going to call this layer 2. And on layer 2, I'm going to go to the channel panel. Now if you cannot find the channel panel, you can go to a window and look for channels, and I'm going to select my red channel, and I'm just going to mess up my red channel a little. I'm going to go to filter, distort, and I'm going to look for shear. I'm going to reset this back. I'm going to go make sure that it's all straight before I make any adjustments. I'm just going to shift 1 or 2 pixels to the right. My second point, I'm going to move 1 pixel to the left. 1 pixel to the left. And this right at the bottom, maybe again 1 or 2 pixel on the left. I'm going to hit OK. And when I turn on my RGB, right, I should be able to see the effects applied to the entire image. Now I do not want to make it too dramatic. As you can see, the filter applied to the text as well, which is great, which is what I wanted to do. So there you go. I'm done with this effect. Let me know in the comment section how do you find this tutorial, and if there are any effects that you would like me to create, do leave that in the comment section. Be sure to hit the like button, right, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Till the next video.